right, chat. Let's talk about the VA shit again. Oh, goodness gracious me. Let's talk about the VA thing again. So, Monster Hunter should sue? No, fuck off. Nah. It's not even the same thing. It's not even the same thing. Anyways, apparently the English VAs are having a civil war against each other now, apparently. Now they're probably gonna avenge the Avengers or so of VA. And there's gonna be like a, you know, the Avengers war or something like that, you know, for VA shit. I have no idea what the fuck is happening, to be honest. I have no idea, okay? All right? Fuck it, let's just talk about it, you know?
Welcome back. More updates in the English voice actor space. So you may have seen my segment from the other day. Hopefully you saw that, because if you did, you're going to be more in the loop with this. But in that video, we read this statement from famous voice actress Jennifer Hale, where she apologized for losing her temper during a meeting.
That's good.
Now, I went on to explain in that video that I believe the meeting being referenced here is a recent meeting that SAG-AFTRA held regarding the video game strike.
Yep.
And so Allegra Clark then responded to Jennifer Hale with a series of tweets.
Yeah.
We're not going to read Jennifer Hale's statement because we already did. We're not going to read this whole thread from Allegra Clark because, once again, we already did.
Yeah.
If you missed that video, I'll link it in the description for you. However, we will take a look once again at the first 3 tweets that Allegra Clark made here, because it seems like what she said here is specifically upsetting some other voice actors.
What?
We'll take a look at the anger. And for those who don't know, Allegra Clark is the VA for Beto in Genshin Impact.
See, that's the VA for Beto. Allegra Clark, she's the VA for Beto, okay, chat? All right? I'm not even the VA for Beto, okay? All right? Stop your shenanigans.
Because obviously there's the ongoing video game strike.
Stop your goddamn shenanigans, I swear.
Going on against Hoyoverse. And I suppose I'm using recent a bit loosely, but yeah, you get my point. So, Allegra Clark had said, "I'm not privy to anything that happens during negotiations. What the current language is or isn't.
It never dies, to be honest.
But I am genuinely scared that this strike will have done more damage to the industry than anyone could have foreseen, whether quote-unquote
No, I don't believe you. Shut up, Hazu.
There's so much ugliness happening.
That is the VA for Beto, okay? All right? Shut your mouth, you.
And fractured friendships. Wow. Mistrust, accusation, sabotage, and fractured friendships. Sounds like a great community of VAs, doesn't it? Sabotaging each other, insulting each other. Great stuff. Wonderful job, guys.
What a bunch of kids, to be honest. What a bunch of whiny kids, babies, and everything.
Or at the very least, pointing it out, which is certainly more than we can say for a lot of other English voice actors. And speaking of what we can say, also keep in mind I already gave my full opinion on everything Allegra had to say here, as well as what Jennifer Hale had to say here in my prior video, so you're not gonna
I'm not the VA for Beto.
As we're going to focus on
I am
the
not.
next part of what Allegra says, before we hop over to a Blue Sky and take a look at the aforementioned VA anger that seems to be directed at Allegra. The stakes of the strike are understandably massive, given that they have to do with how our voices are used in the future, whether we consent to any of it or are paid.
Goodness gracious me.
Those stakes mean that everyone is on edge and everyone is passionate. But my gosh, I don't recognize the industry compared to last year. This is a freaking nightmare, and I think it needs to end. Keep in mind that part about it needing to end as we hop over to Blue Sky.
Who?
Where
I don't know who
that
that
takes
is.
us over to voice actress Shauna Brier.
Who?
But first, who is Shauna Brier? According to BehindTheVoiceActors.com, Shauna Brier is trending, guys. She's trending at a whopping 817th this week. Round of applause for Shauna Brier.
There you go. I'm applauding. I'm applauding. She's trending, chat. She's trending. Damn. Wow.
They go on to say, Shauna Brier is a voice actor known for voicing Wook Lamat and Tomari. Take a visual walk through their career and see 4 images of the characters they've voiced. And yeah, let's take a look here. So there's Wook Lamat.
I don't know any of these characters.
Wook Lamat again. And
she just only did like 4 voices. And 2 of them are the same. And two of them are just the same. So she only did like 3 roles. Oh my god, dude.
this guy, okay, back over on Blue Sky, Shauna Brier had this to say. Hey, I'm gonna be real. To all the rich VAs saying, this strike needs to end, quote unquote, because your bottom line is starting to hurt, suck it up. Those of us at the bottom, who have a heck of a lot more to lose, are running Uber Eats, etc. to make it through this.
Well, that's your problem. That's your problem, you know? You're working on Uber Eats over there, you know? You don't even have an actual fucking job! Oh my god, dude! If you're gonna do because I was doing VA stuff, but I was working in a normal job. I think that was like during the time or so when I was I think I was like a bartender or so. I think so, or was it a little bit more earlier? It might be a little bit more earlier than that, to be honest.
The strike will end when the strike will end when we get our deal. Oh my gosh. 2,400 likes.
What a
on Blue
loser,
Sky.
to be honest. What a loser,
Resonating with
SBA.
a lot of Blue
Hey, Sage.
Sky people. She continues. I was actually going to break my Twitter exodus to post this there, where the rich voice actors who actually need to see this are still posting, but the character limit there is too short. I mean, like, well, first of all,
What?
that's really funny. Like, calm down. Holy smokes. But second of all, can't you argue that the voice actors who have like more jobs have more to lose? I don't know. I feel like that's not the best argument. Like, those of us at the bottom with 4 roles total in our whole lives have more to lose.
It's not 4. It's technically 3 because 2 of those characters are the same. So it's only 3. This person only voice acted 3 characters. Okay, all right.
It's like, bro, you haven't worked in like a year. Calm down. And this whole thing about those of us at the bottom who have a heck of a lot more to lose are running Uber Eats to make it through this. How is that a good point? If anything, that seems like it weakens your argument. You've worked 4 VA jobs according to like
3.
voice actors.
It's
like
3.
So
It's not even 4.
Minimal work to begin with, and then on strike, so working even less. Saying you're like running Uber Eats here and there to like get through it. That sounds like you could be doing a lot more. How is that supposed to make you look better? I don't get it. Like, is there a lack of self-awareness here with these people? Do they really think that's a good point? Like, gets 2,400 likes for saying that? Bro, come on, dude. Seriously? Look, man, when I was back working at the restaurant, I knew people who would come in to pick up takeout for jobs like Uber Eats, and they were running like 3 of those apps at the same time. They would run like Uber Eats, DoorDash, and this other one I forget the name of, like Postmates. I think that was it. But they were running like 3 of these apps at the same time. And then like myself, I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm better than anyone. This is just like what I was doing. For example, when I was first starting off on YouTube, I was still working at the restaurant back then, about 25 hours a week.
I did not start off with YouTube, actually. I started off as a normal job because my internet was terrible. Yep, don't end the strike now. We are winning. We can't back off now. We need to push in harder. Don't give them an inch. Fight on. Oh my gosh. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. You are something, I swear.
A week to 30 hours a week.
You're a troublesome
On
child, I
occasion,
swear.
I would do Uber Eats, but I really didn't like it, so I tried to stay away from that if I could help it. As mentioned, I was still trying to get my YouTube channel to really take off, but I was making like a little bit of money from it. It was enough to help, you know, to help the budget. So I had like those 3 things mainly: restaurant work, Uber Eats, YouTube. And then on top of that, though, in my schedule, I was also still going to school and training BJJ as often as I could. So like, again, I feel like these VAs have like 0 self-awareness, or they're exceptionally entitled, whatever the case may be, because like
They're so entitled.
yeah, wow, well, guys, we're even running Uber Eats to get through this. Okay, a lot of people also try and make money on the side through Uber Eats or whatever they can, except they also have a full-time job on top of it, or like multiple part-time jobs. Some of these people got multiple full-time jobs, and they got kids and whatever else. It just seems like these VAs are constantly making terrible points, and they never learn.
Of course they do.
Trina,
Of course
for
they make
example,
terrible
go back
points.
to
What do you
her again.
expect?
Many great examples we can use her for. Oh, I'm not like those other VAs who are working like Jacob, who are scabbing those terrible people. I work because I've got autism and I'm disabled and I need the money more than they do. Ooh, and like Kaylee Mills similarly had said, like, oh, Jacob doesn't really need the money. Like, these people, man, they're
So dumb.
so bad, and they make themselves look so terrible. But then they go on Blue Sky and they get likes from other people who shockingly agree with them, but This is like a fringe of a fringe. Like, you might get 2,400 likes on a Blue Sky post posting some crazy stuff like this, but you gotta understand, to like everyone else, you look like you're, let me rephrase, you're making yourself look worse. And really,
You're a loser. You're a goddamn loser. Okay? You're a loser. Period. Honestly. God, someone has to say it. Jesus Christ, man. I know this guy is about to be like, I know he's not supposed to be like super harsh or so, but I'm being harsh. You're a loser.
what I'm saying is advice for these people. But they'll probably hate me for saying that, call me an alt-right chud, or whatever other buzzwords they can come up with that are absolutely meaningless and don't matter. You know how they are. And that actually takes me to...
Hey man, I heard Donald Trump wants to reopen up Alcatraz or so. Can we just put these people on Alcatraz by any chance? Can we just like turn Alcatraz into a crazy house and just put these people there? You know, I kind of vote for that notion in my personal opinion, you know? You know, that's what I heard. It popped up on my feed one time and I was like, "What? Really?" I was like, "You know what? Let's just put the crazy people over there. You know, we don't need them, you know. We'll be fine."
Next part of this video. I was like actually forgetting about this. I probably wouldn't have ended up including this in this video. But this is such a perfect segue. You gotta see this freaking guy on Blue Sky. You guys are gonna find this hilarious. This dude is crazy on him. She's really mad at me. Spoiler alert. Let's take a look. Hold up. Got a little bit ahead of myself. One last thing to mention about Shauna Brier's post. While she doesn't directly call out Allegra Clark, her post was made on May 3rd. Allegra's was made on May 1st. And the whole thing where she's calling out people who say that the strike needs to end, it's very clearly implied to be about Allegra. Now on to this angry, crazy person on Blue Sky. So there's a blog post here. I think when I first saw this, it wasn't a blog post. It was like a long thread about this person disagreeing with SAG-AFTRA, if I recall.
What?
And so
what?
This
What's
like
happening?
weird guy on Blue Sky starts getting all mad at the person for criticizing SAG-AFTRA. Starts saying stuff
We
like,
all know this for a fact. The people who use Blue Sky, you know, and people tweet out over there and all this other shit, you know, are the crazy people, okay? These people are crazy. They're not mentally well. They're mentally insane. And we should just put them in the loony bin, in my personal opinion, you know? We should. I think Blue Sky, you should be, I think like the FBI should be monitoring, they should be monitoring Blue Sky, in my personal opinion. There's a lot of crazy people on there.
like, oh, so you're left-wing while spouting right-wing hero hate propaganda? Project and gaslight. That's what you people love to do. You call Karina Trump. You people go through the MAGA playbook so well. Lie, harass, claim victory, repeat.
Huh?
What the brain rot, dude?
What am I?
Hero hate, right-wing propaganda.
What am I
yes,
listening
the blue-haired
to?
boy who says that the government is corrupt and corporations are corrupt, and that guess what? SAG-AFTRA is also corrupt. Look, that's clearly like a right-wing extremist. By the way, I still reject the femboy label. I'm just, you know, making a point. And of course, we can presume the context here is the person they're arguing with was probably labeled right-wing for criticizing SAG-AFTRA, to which they most likely said they're left-wing, given the context we see here. And this person, once again, is like, oh, so you're left-wing while spouting right-wing hero hate propaganda? Look at this.
Your mom has a
rot.
Blue
He's
Sky
also
account.
mad at the Genshin community overall. This is just like Pomeranian of Doom, where they tried to say that the whole, like, everyone against the SAG-AFTRA strike is alt-right. So, oh my, speaking of Pomeranian of Doom, friggin' of course that
We
person
are
in this
here to
conversation-
suffer.
Oh my gosh, without fail, bro. Without fail. Anyways, what started all this? Holy smokes. So, another blocked post. Someone says, who started the harassment campaign? The striking VAs. Be for real, y'all are dumb as heck. And Pomeranian of Doom's like, I do not think that most of the Genshin community has any familiarity with anti-union propaganda. Historically, this form of propaganda succeeds precisely by disseminating a villainous
Who is this
caricature of
goddamn
union
person?
and
This
their supporters.
Pomeranian who is this person?
Dude, there is no caricature needed when a lot of these union VAs literally act like villainous caricatures, but unironically, like that's what.
Hey man, at least they act more villainous than the villains in Genshin Impact. At least, you know, we get more. You know, this is technically Genshin 2.0. You know, technically, you know, the Genshin VAs are going at each other. You know, so
actually doing.
just saying.
Oh my gosh. And so the next person's like, ugh, I'm trying to stay away
It
from
could
this, but
be.
calling
Who
out
knows?
SAG
I don't
people
even know
being
anymore.
anti-union or being impacted by anti-union propaganda. Also, you're looking at it as an American. There are other countries. Pomeranian of Doom's like, Genshin fans are not merely criticizing SAG-AFTRA. They are opposing unionization efforts, cheering on strike breaking, and demanding that Hoyoverse further engage in more strike breaking. This is anti-union sentiment. No, they are actually merely criticizing SAG-AFTRA. Hope this helps. Within a single minute, I can go on Twitter and find a comment
Genshin got a
advocating for
new
VAs on Hoyo's
update. Let's
projects
go.
to be replaced. It is 5,000 likes. Yeah, a lot of them should be replaced. They apparently don't even want to do the job anyways. The ones that do want to do the job seem like they're trying to actually get back to work. The ones that are a part of the strike and want to do the job. Others have been doing the job this whole time. But let's see what this says. After learning more about the Hoyo strike, I actually have no issue with these recasts anymore. The voice actors are sabotaging themselves purely out of greed, selfishness, and stupidity. In fact, I hope the rest who are striking get replaced quickly too, so that this can be over.
True.
So this is supposed to be an example of what exactly, like, what they say is supposed to be an example of? Anti-union sentiment? Not really. It's more of a sentiment of replacing people who clearly don't like the job and don't want to work with people who want to work, need the work, and actually like the work. Continuing. And like the community that they're a part of too. Something a lot of these Genshin VAs have clearly come out and said they don't even like the Genshin community at all. Look at the stuff that Karina has said and or reposted. Same thing with Kaylee Mills, Valeria Rodriguez, and Shara Kirby. Just named a few really quick. Ava says, cool, where's the anti-union propaganda? I support unions the way they were intended. Still, I hope that Paimon will get recast ASAP. It's not connected to the fact they're striking. Oh wait, they don't, I forgot.
Hopefully they do replace Paimon's VA, to be honest, because to be honest, at this point, Paimon, you know, the VA for Paimon or so has completely left a black stain on the Genshin Impact, you know, mascot, so I'm just saying, Notland Award, the new VA Archon quest.
To the fact how much bad mouthing they do. And here comes the person we saw earlier who's really mad at me.
Code needs to be Spanish Paimon. I'll be
will
Spanish Paimon, Latina Paimon.
You ask about anti-union propaganda. Wait, but according to Paimon, she's not even a part of SAG-AFTRA. Didn't she say she's not a part of them?
Wait, what?
Bro, these people don't even, like...
Excuse me?
They don't even understand what they're talking about.
Eh?
They literally make up arguments in their mind and get mad at that, and then the stuff that they think they're defending, they don't even fully understand either. Holy smokes. Ava says, are you that dense? Angry weird person Dawson says, wow, just right to the ableism. Ableism? What? That was quick. How is this person real, bro? $billion company supporters don't surprise me anymore.
True.
Ava says, okay, Karina, log
You're not wrong.
off. Dawson says, okay, Hirohei, log off. What? Pomeranian of Doom says, apparently everyone is Karina now. Ava, I didn't say it about the last person, but this account is really sus. Created 26 days ago with the second post being, feels good to post freely what you think. And using the same argumentation. Oh my gosh. I'm not much of a conspiracy believer, but this one looks hilarious AF. It sure does. Oh my gosh, dude, this is such good content. I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is like really funny for me to read. Pomeranian of Doom. This is a conspiracy mindset. It begins with the small things. And when people become desensitized to the smaller ones, they become more susceptible for the big ones. Ava, are you AI or do you actually not see that I'm having a serious conversation at this point? Jeez. Pomeranian of Doom. That is not the impression that I'm receiving. Ava, people can be serious about one thing and unserious about another in the span of the same discussion. I don't have the energy to continue the union part of our conversation since it's 3:30 a.m. for me, so I might come back to it later if I feel like it. And yes, I was just messing with another person because the account was obviously created for provocation and the replies are provocative too. I don't really see a reason to have a serious tone with people like that. And Dawson says, this account was created so that I can chime in on your and the Genshin community's alt-right BS. If you see it some other way, well, you're part of the problem. Is this account serious? I already asked, like, this can't be real, right? This gotta be a troll or a satire or something, but like, I don't even know. I like, they probably are real though, huh? This is just like average.
This is only, wait, right? This is only an American thing, right? If I remember correctly, right? I don't even know. I've been on this journey for such a long time in this VA thing. I don't even know anymore. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like losing, like, honestly, the amount of brain cells I'm losing with these dumb entitled VAs is like absurd, to be honest. This is an American thing, right? Hopefully this is just an American thing.
Blue Sky poster.
No, we do not have anything like this. We definitely do not have nothing in this territory of this shit. This is, we probably like just point and laugh at you guys or so.
together. I do feel bad because there are some people on Blue Sky that are chill. I actually saw some actually talented artists on Blue Sky who just went there to post art. And then I see people like this though, and it's like, this is like the sort of stuff you'd see on Twitter in like 2020. Poor Ava. Can you imagine having to deal with Dawson and Pomeranian of Doom together? Holy smokes, 3:30 in the morning. That sounds terrible. And there's this blocked post that we can't see, but Dawson...
Why are you even on social media at 3:30 in the fucking morning? That's like head-ass hours. That's where the dumb people are at, you know? Shit, man.
Once again, responding to something here, and he says, the problem is the misinformation that is exploitative and pressuring. There was supposedly a copy of the agreement going around that was photoshopped, plus the bad faith videos being put out by Hirohei and other YouTube grifters. Hostility? I've seen the Genshin Reddit. Yeah, these people sure are original. It's always either grifter or alt-right or should. And bad faith. That's really funny coming from this person. But there's more. There's actually so
I wish
much
we
more.
could
I'm not gonna
actually
go through all of it because it's more of the same stuff we just saw. But here's a little variance. There's racist too. I forgot. That's another one they really like.
Huh?
Racist. Hiroei's lying to you and racist. What's the context here? Oh, it's Kaylee Mills. Kaylee Mills.
Oh god, not Kaylee Mills, man. Not fucking Kaylee Mills, bro. This VA, bro. Come on, man. You could have been so much better, bro. What's wrong with you? It's probably because she has pink hair. I think that's probably the reason why. It's because she has pink hair. Look at that. Look at that pink. Look. You see that?
No.
See that? It's because she has pink hair. That's the reason why. That's the reason why. Yep, Rappy's VA basically. Yep, Alice is from VA. Yep. You know it.
Says, wow. Igor says, we won. No more AI. Terrible VAs are now changed for better actual working VAs. Dawson says, full-time VAs are being switched out for part-time, less quality VAs. Igor says, and now they can too become full-time VAs and become even better than these terrible VAs.
True.
That only know how to bully people, dox them, and lie. Dang, what a win.
In my opinion, if the union members don't want to do the VA, just let others get the job. Yeah, man. Here, let me pitch in. Let me get back. Let me work back my my VA shenanigans again. You know. Nah, I probably have to work back up again because I need to make my portfolio again. I need to do some research or so how to get back into it again, you know? Yeah. I gotta work back into it again. It's been like, it's been a long time or so, to be honest, since I've done like actual VA shit, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, we saw the live stream for that. You know the show bar rescue? Ko can do VA rescue. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know. I've never heard of that.
You guys should know all about bullying and death threatening. Igor. No idea about death threats, but calling out people for being pieces of garbage.
VA
and
are only ones making themselves look bad.
Yep. Don't mean bullying in my language.
Well, these specific VAs, anyways.
Here,
the entitled ones.
A racist. Ain't no way that was his actual response to that. Hey, I don't agree with a union bullying people and lying. Oh, Hirohei's lying to you and a racist. Like, first of all, dude never even said anything about me. And that's your immediate response? What on earth? That is such a desperate, terrible response. That's just so pathetic. I can't even believe that. So yeah, guys, if you're against SAG-AFTRA, you are not only alt-right, but also a racist and whatever else. Hey.
I guess I'm a racist, chat. Oh, bar rescue. I've heard of that one, yeah. You can call me whatever you want. I don't really care. So. But I guess I'm a racist now, chat. Chat. I'm a racist. I'm a grifter. I'm a racist. What's next? I could probably be what's next? I'm waiting. I'm literally waiting for someone to call me a Nazi or so. The moment someone calls me a Nazi that's where I made it, chat. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. We all know this for a fact, chat. Once someone calls me a Nazi, that's it, chat. We've finally made it to the top of the leaderboard.
Don't you dare criticize SAG-AFTRA. We might come up with a bunch of other buzzwords to call you over on Blue Sky. Igor says, No idea who that even is. Hope he burns if he's a racist. I don't know. You spout exactly the same talking points as everyone else in the anti-union side.
Bruh.
The thing is, the pro-union side has been way too deflective.
Heavy bow gun
main.
main.
Properly answering stuff
This
we have
guy.
been asking, and the proofs we have been receiving are stacking against them. Except they have been answering stuff. The fan base just wants to twist the actual evidence around their own ends. The people...
Go racist Clipper.
So he responded twice to the part about me here. The people saying the truth are the ones actively lying about their work conditions and breaking their global rule 1 then? Oh, I see. Sorry, I didn't scroll out enough. There you go. Now you can see that. Okay, we'll take a look at one more example here really quick. It's just like 4 posts. Maybe a second one after. We'll see. And then we're going to wrap it up. But this person, Miku, says, after reading this Genshin EA drama, I think I'm going to support rather games. I think they mean other. So starting again with that change, I think I'm going to support other games that use non-US EN voice actors. European VAs also give the characters more personalities by having different accents, especially when the game country-oriented areas.
That's what I try to do. I usually try to give a different accent or so for some of the characters that I play, or try my best or so to sound as much like I want to sound as much different as possible compared to like my normal, just my normal speaking voice and everything. I try to bring the character to life, or try to anyways, at my best capability as possible. Even though my voice is completely fractured because it's not the same as my voice is not the same as it used to be a long time ago, but it's nice to be able to still push it, even though I'm not not the capability where I used to be. So
Dawson says, so you're gonna continue to support Hoyoverse then? Where does this guy even find this post? He's just like looking for anyone who's like saying stuff like this on Blue Sky so he can come and bootlick for SAG. What a joke. Miku says, I never supported Hoyoverse. The community was way too annoying for me, especially since they hate on every other gacha that exists. And then Dawson says, so what's the problem? Why are you also spreading hero hate type misinformation?
What?
Misinformation?
What?
This person is literally just talking about an opinion.
You're gonna voice
this
your
Dawson
hentai.
person is so unhinged.
I'm not voicing my hentai game. I'm not even making hentai games. Shut up. Alt-right, racist Nazi, the trifecta for discrediting your opposition. Yep.
Like, I'm actually concerned. Bro, go outside, get some fresh air. Your behavior is completely irrational. And lastly, we'll take a look at this one. We've got another blocked post, but a response from Dawson, and also a Musion sighting. Dawson says, it's been like a month at this point. This isn't about Jacob anymore. I'm guessing you're getting your news from Hirohei or Musion or some other phobic drama tuber, right?
Huh?
I'm going to leave it there for today. Bro is clearly the entire circus. But yeah, we get the point. So let me know what you think about this crazy person. And also,
well, this person is pretty retarded. That's number one. Number two, this whole VA Civil War thing is pretty dumb as well. Where they're starting to hate other VAs or so that do Genshin or so, that are trying to say, hey, we need to end this strike thing because this strike is stupid, and then the other VAs are like, wow, how dare this person, this rich VA person. Now we're going. I don't know. Man, fuck this shit, dude. This shit is so dumb. This is dumb. This is clearly dumb. This is so dumb. I hate this. What the hell is this? I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm just tired. That's it, man. Yikes. Nice drama, though. I'm just passionate. I'm just super passionate in VA stuff. That's about it, I love VA stuff. I think VA, just talking to like VAs in general is pretty cool and everything. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe one day I'll shine bright or so one day with VA work or so. The only problem is that I need to get some time or so to some demo reels, and then look into also look into some how to do some VA projects and stuff like that. I know there was like a website or so like a couple of years back or so where you can like it was like an easy way for you to build a portfolio pretty quickly or so, or like not really pretty quickly, but like reasonable amount or so where you can do that or so. I don't remember the website anymore. It's been like it's been a while or so. So yeah. VA drama is the bottomless well of content. Yeah, to be honest. I only care for the JP, VA, but I will support you. Amen. I always try my best 100%. I always try to sound different as best I can, but yeah. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll make like a demo reel for my YouTube audiences if they want to see it, you know. That'd be pretty cool. If not, well, hey, you know what? I'll just keep it for myself, and I'll keep it for Twitch and exclusively for Twitch and Twitch only. So, you know, maybe one day we'll do like I'll try to do like different VA voices, and you guys can tell me is like, no, you need to make your voice a little bit more higher, or like try to add a accent to it, or try doing this or try doing that, you know. I'd be like, yeah, sure, no problem, you know. I think getting live feedback from you guys is probably a lot more better in my personal opinion than trying to record on my own here, but getting, you know, asking you guys to be like, okay, what do you think about this voice? Or what do you think about this voice? What do you think about that and this and that and this, you know? So also thank you for the follow. But yeah, anyways, that's the end of the video. You guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazzy stuff. And yeah, this is stupid. This is pretty retarded. I hate this VA drama, war, fucking SAG-AFTRA, Civil War, and whatever it is. And I'll definitely catch you guys on the next time. And who knows? Maybe I might be a VA pretty soon in the future. But anyways, make sure you say bye to the YouTube frogs. Hey, Yuki. Say bye. You gotta say bye to the YouTube frogs. You gotta say bye to them. Can you do Stitch? I used to do Stitch's voice, but it's been such a while or so since I've done Stitch's voice. But anyways, that's the end of the video. And peace.